Like, this is so not right. I've been done so dirty. Hey, I'm your host Alexis.
And I'm your co-host Truth.
Sit back and relax because you're
in good company.
Oh goodness, this week's episode has been something that has really been on my mind lately.
Correct.
And I feel like I always say that, but it's always true.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I also think it's related to the fact of the time of year. I think a lot
100%.
of people start to feel the way that we're about to discuss today.
I think especially when you know something new is around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So to get really specific, this episode's going to be all about when one chapter ends, a new one begins, and the bittersweet feeling that you may experience when a chapter of a life, like the chapter of your life that you really loved, comes to an end. So the reason I really wanted to talk about this, and Truk wanted to really talk about this, is because we are going to be leaving our current college and moving on to our next,
our new adventure.
Yeah, our next adventure.
Yeah.
I'm going to a different college. Truk's figuring things out, and it's just, it's bittersweet.
It's different because we've been
so
here
different.
for 1.5 years.
Yeah.
For me, this is my second year,
and I'm like, I like it here.
we're
I'm not
rocking it
necessarily
out.
ready to say goodbye to this part of my life because I think I've just had so many incredible experiences, met so many amazing people, and I feel comfortable. When I feel comfortable in a space and I feel like I thrive in a space, I don't necessarily want to have to leave that space, you know?
I mean, girl, just ask the first question.
I mean, my bad. Go off.
I was like, what chapter of life are you in right now? What is your constant feeling? What is your constant struggle? What's your constant commitment?
Okay, so for me, I do this really fun thing where I think of my life in like a TV show. So I think of it in seasons.
Cute.
And hear me out. I am currently, so high school was one, but I got a spin-off show, the college years. And I did my first season was when I was at a different school, and people were like, oh, we need to get her in a better environment. So they were like, okay, we're going to switch up the plot, switch up, the place where she's at, and we're going to take her somewhere new. And that's where I am now. So I would say for me, the chapter I'm in, I think, is almost like me rediscovering myself because I feel college is really, at least I hope in college, that you're kind of finding yourself again. I know at the end of high school, I started developing new interests. I started growing apart from some friends because we just didn't align anymore. And in college, I really wanted to find my people, find my group, and figure out my purpose, And I think I have, to an extent, figured that out. And it almost feels like a weight off my back. So I think that's like it's a rediscovering moment. And I'm going to miss it because while I rediscovered myself, I had so many amazing experiences and met so many amazing people, as I've said. And I'm like, dang, not that when I leave this chapter, like, this has to be done, but it's coming to a close. It's always going to be different. I remember even my first semester here, I was like, I already miss it and it's not over yet. I have 2 more semesters, but I know it's never going to be quite the same. And each single semester was slightly different. As I said, y'all, don't mind me. Go on, Truk.
I guess, okay, so I share very similar feelings to you in terms of like where you currently feel like this chapter in life is definitely like community college-esque. We're, meeting new people.
Yes.
And honestly, it's funny because when I was in high school, I thought this was going to be my like socializing college era. Not there at all.
Wait, really? You don't think so?
I'm not going to parties, girl.
Oh, okay, parties.
Life.
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. I have not been going to parties.
I am enjoying this very peaceful spring time with my friends, with the people that I care about, and it's like very nice. It's very comforting. And I guess my current feelings, I don't know if it's because it's spring, but it's like winding down, coasting, floating, and I really enjoy the people and the community that I'm in and I'm with. And yeah, really grateful I came to PG. That's my current chapter. Definitely just grinding, but chill.
Can I ask a question? I'm curious. Are there any like first you've experienced in this chapter that you didn't necessarily see coming, but been like really like pleasantly surprised by?
First, I mean, okay, well, I did my first performance with you.
Yes, okay. Just a little disclaimer. We've mentioned this in different episodes, but True acted for the very first time in a performance or like a show.
Yeah.
And it was me and some of our other friends, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool.
So that was a first. Another first is heading to dance class. I've never been to a dance class before.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a dancer, girl. I'm just here. Like, I like having fun with my friends. I think that, and I guess my friends back in high school, we were more like self-taught learners, K-pop dances, rather than going to a formal class for like hip-hop and street jazz. And I was like, that was a really fun experience that you and the PG crew brought to me.
LOL.
First podcast
ever,
period. I mean,
you don't have to air everything now. I think those are really solid examples. I like that. I know for me, definitely first podcast, Avi, like so fun.
Hey guys, in good company, reaching 1 year soon.
Literally, like I would say the next thing for me was, of course, I've had friends before, but I think it kind of developing a new sort of friendship, like a really solid friendship group that I like how it kind of feels like crossover episodes when we all hang out with different people, but we all kind of still know each other. Yeah. And I think I haven't had a friendship dynamic where like everyone gets along so well, and I really love that. It's very peaceful.
It is. It's like everybody's coming in here and there. It's like it's a very college friendship.
Oh, heavy on
setup.
that. Heavy on that.
You're just walking around, you run into somebody, and we're all just yapping.
Yes.
Literally, what happened prior?
Literally, you were just yapping.
Before we came to this
And I would say
studio.
the last thing for me is that I have been given the chance to do new things. Like, I got to go to this really cool acting competition. You know, my school does this thing where they nominate you for, like, best actress, best podcast, best whatever, and we got like we did one best podcast with another podcast.
Correct.
I mean, technically we were in our school's newspaper podcast, so
correct,
but we won that. Like, that was so cool. Like, the
discussions we had, the setting up,
literally
like we put in the work. We went
to an award show. Like, shut the front door.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love that for us. But anything that you mentioned struggling with feeling, experiencing, I think, as this chapter comes to a close?
I mean, in terms of struggle, I think this is going to be a constant thing. This was a struggle that followed me from the last chapter of figuring out my life, career, and what I want to focus on. But I think everybody is still struggling with that, especially in this specific chapter. It's 2 years into college. So I do feel rushed, but I don't feel pressured to
figure it out. I think that's really nice, though. I'd say for me, I definitely feel similar feelings as you. The biggest thing is, as soon as I feel like I'm figuring things out, it's time to move on to the next.
And that's normal.
Yeah, it's like whatever I have to do next.
It's good that you're getting out of your comfort zone the moment you get comfortable.
Right. No, I just hate that, though. Like, I understand it's good for growth, but I really like being comfortable. If I feel like an environment is like really good for me, then I want to stay in it. But I guess you stay too long and it starts to become not so great. So maybe leave before, like, you know how they have TV shows and they're like, if they had just ended at 3 seasons, it would have been perfect, but they dragged it on. That's how I'm going to compare this, because I feel if I stayed and dragged it out, it would start to become reductive, a bore. My friends would graduate and I'd still be here. And, you know, the people that I'm at this college with have made it so amazing. So it's
heavy on the people. It's
like
really,
literally
the people make your experience.
Heavy on the people, because this college is great, but the people, even the professors that I've gotten to work with and be with have made a world of difference. And I'm so grateful for y'all if you're watching this video.
Yeah, hearts.
Oh my goodness, yes, truly hearts. No, okay, so Truk, what lessons are you taking from this current chapter in your life?
Okay, I wrote this down because I was like,
you're serious.
What the heck? Honestly, I don't know if I fully absorbed this lesson into my life.
Okay.
But it's something that I picked up on. And one of it is trusting your gut and following your instincts when you're looking for the next thing to do. Before going to PG, I was advised to invest my leadership skills into the school's SGA, or the Board of Trustees, in the Honors Academy. And I was like, sure. But something inside of me pulled me towards the OWL newspaper. And like my instinct was just, I liked the creativity of the OWL newspaper. I liked that they were able to expose me to equipment and all of that other behind the scenes of media production. And that is why I'm here now making a whole podcast, because my instinct just brought me to the OWL newspaper. And I met amazing people there. I met Alexis there.
Shout out to
me. No, heavy.
No, literally shout out to us that we did meet through that club.
But like, trust your gut, trust your instincts, and let you flow to the next thing, if that makes sense.
I think the biggest thing when you're in college, but you could do this any part of your life, try new things out, explore a little bit, because if you keep yourself in a box, you're limiting what you may be able to do, something you don't even know that you'd be good at.
Yeah.
Because you've never tried it. I think that's the biggest thing. I was so happy I got the chance to kind of just take a breather and just take classes that interested me, to figure out what I really wanted to do. And that's how I figured out what I wanted to do. So there is 100% merit in that.
I mean, just a little hee ha ha thing, because I know Bobby was talking about like the whole nomination
shout
process.
out to Bobby.
Shout out to Bobby in advance. We'll shout him out again later.
Humanities department head or whatever.
But he was talking about like whole acting and nomination thing, and he was like, Truk, you actually got nominated for the previous performance. And I was like, whoa. So if acting was something that I was really interested in, I feel like this opened up an opportunity for me. But I tried, and
I think regardless,
that was really nice.
It gave you like a really nice experience.
Yeah,
because you did improv in high school.
I did,
and the show was kind of like, it wasn't improv, but it was such a comedic, that it kind of was giving like he wrote that. And he was a little bit twisted.
Yeah.
And it was a fun show. It was a really fun show. But yeah, I agree with that. Heavy.
But like, what lessons did you take from this chapter that you want to take moving forward?
Oh my goodness. Getting out of my comfort zone, for sure. I think I still struggle with that, but there's merit to doing so. Definitely, sometimes living an experience is worth it, even if you don't get the end result that you initially wanted. And the reason I say that is because I had some experiences attending the school, and I remember I really wanted it to turn out a certain way. It didn't turn out that way, and I was upset or frustrated. But now that I'm able to reflect on it, I realize I learned a lot. Like, I learned a lot, and sometimes your moment is not when you want it to happen, but it comes. So for me, the biggest thing is to not work myself up as much if the way I planned for something to happen, it doesn't happen that way, because life's unpredictable, but that's not always a bad thing. It doesn't have to be. You need to restructure how you look at what's going on. That's my biggest thing, for sure.
Oh, love that. Nice.
No.
So it's really honestly just figuring it out and taking your time with it,
Yes, take your time, guys. And I think if you can take away at least one thing from an experience, that experience was worth living. I'm telling you, perspective changes a lot. And you can sit here and be like, oh, but it's so hard. It is hard. I think I don't become enlightened until after it's happened, because in the moment I am going through it, I'm like, this is so not right. I've been done so dirty. But then I'm like, that was, introspective version of me is like, but see how this turned into that, and that turned into this, and wow, look at you now.
How point A led you to point B, and
Truly.
all that jazz.
Like, heavy on that. Heavy on that.
But just honestly, to wrap it up, like, what is your next chapter going to look like?
I think there's a beauty in not knowing what it's going to look like. But if I made a few predictions, how I'm going to be moving my chess pieces, I'm definitely going to be at a new school, a new major. So filling that out, getting comfortable with a whole new set of people. But I'm excited to know, like, what these new people are going to bring to my life, like just how I came here and I met all these amazing people. But I think my biggest thing is, of course, I'm moving on to the next chapter, but that doesn't mean that I need to let go or forget about the people in my previous chapters. Like, I still want to maintain and hold on to my friendships, and just because I won't get to see you guys as often doesn't mean I'm not going to put in the effort to hold on to these connections because I think I'd be doing myself a disservice if I let it go. So I suppose the next chapter is kind of up in the air, but it's exciting. I'm waiting to hear all back from all the different colleges I applied to, so that's going to,
best of luck.
Fingers crossed, heavily on where I end up going. But I know for me, hopefully my next chapter includes some of the things I feel I didn't get to experience in this chapter, but I just kind of have to wait and see if it happens, all right? What about you, True?
I was going to ask you another question.
Oh, what's the question?
I mean, what thing did you want to experience in your next chapter? Yeah, a little tea time.
If anyone who knows me personally knows that I don't currently have my license, but my permit expires soon. So that license is coming in the next chapter.
Okay.
See, I can't
wish you
wait.
the best of luck with that.
Literally,
I'm excited to see Alexis drive.
No, I'm excited too, y'all. I'm excited. That's going to give me a sense of independence I feel like I don't have. I'm hoping that the next school I go to, I'm able to do like work study. So I have like a job throughout the year. Fingers crossed. I'm going to be a completely different major. So I'm excited to see where that's going to take me.
Have you decided your major?
Yeah, I decided on being an English major.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what we last spoke on.
I love creative writing. I love writing poems, poetry, all that. So I'm excited to see how that goes. I will say in the next chapter, I also want to discover more about myself. I feel like as I grow,
that's in my notes too.
As I grow and change, there's certain questions that I've started to ask myself, and I don't have the answers quite yet, but I'm hoping with more experience and just more time on this earth that these answers come to me, and maybe I'll come back and be like, hey guys, I figured it out. This is what I was confused about.
Yeah.
No, I think, I want confusion to be cleared from my mind. Of course you can be confused on things, but just as I was confused on what major should be, I figured that out. So.
You did. I'm proud of you.
Why, thank you. Amazing. What about you, girl?
All right, so official statement. I am taking a gap something.
Wait. Say it one more time.
I'm taking a gap something. Like, it's funny because I haven't fully figured it out. I haven't figured out if it's a gap semester or a gap year. But I know for a fact that I would like to take a break.
Yeah.
Intentionally take a break and kind of like slow down a little bit. I feel like I've worked a lot for the past like 6 years. 4 years.
One quick thing.
4 years.
Taking a break during the holidays is the best because you don't have to worry about midterms or finals, and you just get to really soak in the holiday season. So it's like boom, 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 holiday after holiday after holiday. So enjoy that, girl.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And everybody's gonna be back for like winter break. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. But that is the plan. I hope I can spend this time, like, I'm not gonna be a bum, but I am planning on spending this time like focusing more on like my online certifications or working on some hobbies and doing things that I didn't do because I was quote unquote busy.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, I know, like, I spent the pandemic painting a lot because I had the time, and the moment it stopped, I stopped painting too. So, if I'm taking a break now, I can definitely focus on my hobbies again, which would be really nice. But yeah, I know I can't sit still, but that is where I am.
No, I love that for you, and I wish you the best of luck with your
Thank
journey.
you.
Like, truly.
Thank you.
Of course. But as we officially wrap up, guys, we're kind of all over the place, but the vibes were good. I'm going to be doing my song suggestion or recommendation. Now, I feel like this is not going to be like some underground song, but y'all, I've been listening to Your Teeth in My Neck by Kali Uchis, and it is such a vibe. It's such a vibe. So if you haven't heard it, please go listen, add it to your playlist, and enjoy yourself. What about you, Truk?
So I just realized that the TikTok I chose was something I already spoke about in our previous episode.
Bye.
So we're not prepared. I'm not prepared. But do you guys want to learn how to remove old yellow stains from your white shirts?
I think that's pretty helpful.
Right?
Very useful.
Honestly, here's the vibe. A lot of it is like the Dawn dish soap. Okay. Because it's like, it's for, you guys have seen the commercials with the ducks, right?
Yeah, okay.
So it's like it removes oil, but it's not toxic to whatever you're like using it in.
So I get a big stain on my shirt. I take some Dawn dish soap with some water and I just rub.
Yeah, you soak it.
Okay.
And you rub.
Okay.
And there's also, what is HP? Hydrogen peroxide?
Okay, so she don't know what she's talking about.
No, I don't know what I'm
Go off,
talking
queen.
about. Yeah, no, this was a last minute
This
thing.
is misinformation.
I'm sorry.
Girl,
Hold on.
it's fine. You can give
Retreat.
advice.
I don't know. Anyways, you can live your life and just keep on moving. I think that is the vibe.
Yeah, that's
You see, Alexis is the one that's put together in this duo.
No, you are very put together. It's the burger and you don't even play right now.
Alexis is the one that's really put together in this duo. And
This is not even true. Like, I'm put together, but you're also put together.
in different aspects. And this is one of my weak points. So we're going to work on
Basically what you're trying to say is it's been a long semester and she's tired.
Yeah, thank you.
Literally, like, we have finals in like a few weeks. So
Yeah.
please give us grace. But we love you guys. Shout out to the humanities department. Shout out to Bobby. And
for
can I
truly helping us for the past whole year.
Yes, shout
With
out to Bobby.
InGoodCompany.
And
Hearts.
let me say, it's almost been a year since we started posting on YouTube. So
Keep a lookout for 1 year anniversary.
yes,
stuff.
but much love. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I feel like you have to